Once upon a time, evil was thought to be simple. The villain wanted chaos, power, or destruction, and the hero stopped him. But the modern world may have lost its appetite for simplicity. Now, our villains are thinkers, philosophers, and broken minds. We don't root for them most of the time, but we do recognize them. We see the logic, the pain, the mirror, but that mirror reflects something dangerous. We no longer define villains just by what they do, but why they did it.
The hardest choices require the strongest wills.
Thanos believes he's saving the universe.
I don't think so.
When you cross a
we're
mentally
done
ill
with you,
loner
Joe.
with
That's
a
it.
society that abandons him and treats him like trash!
The Joker, Arthur Fleck, wants the world to feel the same pain he does.
I'm done. I am done apologizing. I am done being persecuted for my strength. You people should be thanking Christ that I am who and what I am because you need me.
Homelander believes he deserves worship, not love. They each stand for something human: control, recognition, validation. It's why we can understand them, because we crave similar things. But we stop ourselves, or at least we ought to. Carl Jung once said, "The shadow is a moral problem that challenges the whole ego personality, for no one can become conscious of the shadow self without considerable moral effort." When we look at the villain, we're looking at that shadow in ourselves, the part of us that refuses to play by society's rules, those that believe morality is an inconvenience when weighed against desire. In psychology, we call it rationalization, the quiet lie we tell ourselves to justify what we want. Thanos rationalizes genocide as balance or a moral good. Joker rationalizes violence as justice or just forcing them to see. Every villain sees himself as the hero of his own story. Jung warned that the most dangerous things in the world are immense accumulations of power in the hands of those who have not grown enough to wield it. The villain isn't born, he is reason corrupted by ego. And that's what we understand most of all, the subtle whisper of a logic that can excuse cruelty. Empathy is not the same as endorsement or condoning. Understanding pain does not justify the destruction that can be born from it. Modern writers seem to mistake compassion for acceptance, as if to understand evil is to forgive it. But that's not empathy. That's surrender, Jung said. Knowing your own darkness is the best method for dealing with the darknesses of other people. Empathy acknowledges the shadow in ourselves, but refuses to become it. It says, "I see why you fell, but I will not follow you down." We live in a time that idolizes understanding but seems to reject moral judgment. We've become so terrified of being called judgmental that we forgot judgment is what keeps the world from burning. Evil thrives not because it's powerful, but because good men hesitated or did nothing. When a story convinces us to pity the villain more than the victims, the line between virtue and vice begins to fade. But morality isn't a matter of taste. It's the architecture of sanity, the framework that prevents intellect from becoming tyranny. The villain chooses the wrong path not because he cannot see the light, but because he refuses to accept that light demands restraint. The Tao teaches that good and evil are not enemies, but forces in balance. The light needs the dark to define it, and the dark needs the light to be seen. But the balance does not mean they are equal, only that both exist, even within us. The wise do not glorify the shadow, nor do they deny it within themselves. They acknowledge it, control it, and choose the path that harms least. Because morality isn't about being perfect, it's about being aware. To understand the villain is to understand what we could become if we stop caring about what is right. We don't love villains because they're right. We recognize them because they're being true about what we fear inside ourselves. But understanding is not the same as forgiveness. The line between good and evil may be thin, but it still exists. I am the middleman, And somewhere between shadow and light, reason and madness, understanding and justice, we just might find the truth. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you on the next episode.